On to Nottingham Forest, Marinakis has converted £72 million of loans into 7.2 billion shares. Does the amount of shares issued actually mean anything?
No, it doesn't. No, it's a very dramatic and great number, but no, it doesn't mean anything at all. It's the valuation really overall of the 72 million. Now, when I checked, Marinakis, I think if I'm correct with my numbers, he's now taken about 41 million, 12 million, 20 million, 11 million, those sort of numbers of money he's put in and converted into equity. So this is something he's been doing for a while now. He's shown great support for the club. He deserves full credit for that. And look, we've all seen the success they've had this season. It's been amazing. So good luck to them. But look, Marinakis is proving to be really good for Forest over the long term. There's no doubt he's a warrior, as we've seen on many issues. He's going to stand his ground. But Forest fans are really taking to him, and he's backed it up with real cash. So Forest are going to be in a position when he's done these sort of investments to then kick on again in the summer if needed. So let's see. If they do make Champions League, they're going to have to strengthen, and there's no doubt. So let's just see where they end up. But he's putting them in a position where they could potentially do that.
And Forest are linked with making multiple attacking moves in this January window. Are you surprised by that? Would you think that they see where they are right now and just continue moving on, or you think they should really go for it and add to that attacking part of their team?
Look, you've got Chris Wood who's getting on there. So although he's having a great season, I think they've got to be looking a little bit longer term. Whether even if they re-sign him, this may be an unusually good season. So I think they've got to be looking at that sort of replacement and looking to try and bolster off the bench at the very least some attacking options. It does seem an area that they need to shore up, even though Chris Wood has probably overperformed in terms of what everybody's expected. And I know he's looking for a new contract, but you've now got to look at what a player of that age will give you in the next 3 years, and that's what the valuation will be, rather than say, look, I've done really well this season, reward me. I think you probably would expect a reduced contract for him if there is one going forward.
And in contrast, Nottingham Forest are firing on all cylinders on the pitch this season. Marinakis has now converted £72 million loan into 7.2 billion shares. Does the amount of shares actually mean anything? It seems like an awful lot. And then also with that, do you think that's probably linked to the shareholder interest payments that would be due for the APT changes?
Yeah, the number of shares in itself completely meaningless, especially in a situation where he owns 100% of it. So it just doesn't matter at all. But I think you're going to see a lot of shareholder debt, even if it's not yet been confirmed. The deadline, I think, was it the 11th of January?
Yeah.
So most clubs will have converted any outstanding shareholder debt into equity. Or made another arrangement such that they don't need to pay interest on it under the new rules. I'm sure this is just part of it. And then the other reason that people put money in this sort of way is exactly what we've just discussed in relation to Spurs, which is working capital. So those two reasons are the two reasons you'll see these share issues. General spending of the club plus wiping out shareholder loans in the aftermath of the APT changes that were made. And you'll see them across the Premier League.